Here's a look at today's assignment. The learning targets are, I understand that fractions, decimals, and percents are all related to one another. I can use the giant one to find equivalent fractions, and I can explain how two fractions are equivalent by using the giant one. Bertrand was feeling confused. There are so many ways to write the giant one. How do I know which one to use? He whined. How can he decide which giant one to use? So here what you're going to do is you're going to find the missing numbers in the fractions below and fill in the spots with a text box or a sticky note. Here is an example. This says 3/4 and the giant one was originally blank. And then over here we have 44 on the denominator, but we did not have anything on the numerator. Just like the second problem here, we have 7/12, an empty giant one, and then we have a 60 as the denominator, but nothing as a numerator. So you have to fill in all of those empty spots. So I looked at these two because I know that to get my denominator of 44, I have to multiply this denominator, which is 4, times whatever is inside the giant 1 to get 44. And I know that 4 times 11 is equal to 44. So I put 11 as the denominator in the giant 1. I used a text box. Down here, I used a sticky note. It's the same thing. I also know that in my giant 1, my numerator has to be the same as my denominator. So if my denominator is 11, my numerator also has to be 11. So I used a text box and I put an 11 right here. Also, a sticky note I used on the bottom one for the 11. So now I have all of this filled in, but I was still missing my numerator right here. So I know that 4 times 11 is equal to 44. So to get my numerator over here as an answer, I have to multiply these two numerators. 3 times 11 is equal to 33. So my fraction is 33 over 44. And that number is equivalent to 3/4. It is equal to it. It is just that 3/4 is written in its simplest terms. Remember, whatever you do to your denominator, you also have to do to your numerator. So if you're multiplying your denominator by 11, you're also multiplying your numerator by 11. So you're going to do this one right here. 7/12 times what equals to blank 60th. So I'm going to start the same way I did. 12 times what equals 60. And then you're also going to multiply that same number here as a numerator. So 7 times that number equals what? Here it's kind of the opposite. We have 18 over 72. And then over here we have to figure out what we're going to multiply to get that as our answer. So you might want to do a little bit of division. 18 divided by what is going to get me 3. And the second slide is the same thing. There are just 3 more that you're going to fill out. And again, you'll use a text box or a sticky note to fill in those 3 empty blanks. So 5/3 times what is equal to 18 something over 18. So you're just doing the same exact thing.